Hello everyone, it's an amazing day today. Finally, one of my most heavily anticipated games is here, leaving early access. Know that you're going to be seeing this from everyone under the sun. This is Orb of Creation, in case you do not know about it. This is an incremental game that has been almost completely reworked for the full release. Oh, so excited. Let's get a start to it. Now, obviously, if you have ever played incremental games before, then you're going to know that the main goal here is to make number go up. In our case, it's going to start with the orb. It's generating us mana, and we're gonna start with buying upgrades. T to inspect the tooltip. So it basically just locks it. I see. And we start with our very first glyph. We're going to collect glyphs, and that's going to allow us to create spells. Ooh, everything is so beautiful now. I've been waiting for this for so long. We now have gathered knowledge. For gathering knowledge, obviously. And as we use our stuff, they will slowly get better. And later on, we're going to improve our spells. Okay, we still have casting level and casting XP. That's good. That is about the way as I remember. Now, unlock wizardry upgrades. Start with wisdom. Okay. Wizardry XP. For magic advancement. Okay. Don't really remember if the early stuff has been reworked. I have been looking at the Discord, and I do know that a lot of the things from alchemy upwards are going to be different. Now let's learn expansion. And we're gonna need a little bit more knowledge. Okay, now we have enough mana. We're getting the whirling sorcery, which increases all cantrips. And our knowledge gathering is a cantrip. So we toggle this for 30 seconds. And now the gather knowledge is substantially increased. Such is the way. I might be in the minority here, but when I play incremental games such as this, I actually prefer having higher cooldown, bigger skills. Because obviously, this whirling sorcery only lasts a certain amount of time. So usually, what people do is put an extension on this one, and then cooldown reduction on everything else, and then just keep spamming everything. I'm not really a fan of that. Now let's unlock the spell loadout. been such a long time since I heard this music. I played the previous stable version like a year ago, and I usually just put my own music behind it. So we have one more spell capacity. I really like that you can just double up on spells. Okay, and now let's wait to gather a little bit more mana. We're gonna need to hit a upgrade threshold somewhere around here before we gain access to other stuff. How's our stats looking? Oh yeah, and there's also achievements finally in this game. For some reason, Steam treats all of them as secret. Maybe it was Marple sending it. Some improved wizardry. Resilience, aptitude, and infuse mana for that sweet, sweet passive gain. Naturally, we're gonna go with that. So spell advancement, need to get 800 mana for it. And that will allow us to upgrade the spells, which is really where it's at. Little bit of aptitude, because Gather Knowledge is technically a divination spell. Reserves. Ah. So that is the new name, okay. Ah, there we go. 800 mana. And now we wait. Okay, now we can finally start working on the spells. Bam, mastery ready. Need 10 knowledge to confirm the mastery. Okay, and as you can see, multipliers are going to be steadily changing as we level spells up. In the earlier versions, there was actually a point past which you weren't really supposed to upgrade your spells. because the cost was simply prohibitive. At least compared to the output. Maybe that changed a little. You can see everything related to the stat. I like that. Although I'm pretty sure that's going to become quite unwieldy towards the later game. Okay, now Gather Knowledge Mastery 1. It's all good. Okay, what just happened here? I see. It used to be that everything leveled up once the spell leveled up. But you need multiples. Okay. That might actually be better. Need 15 for novice spells. Let's aim for that. Infuse a little more. Maybe a bit more aptitude. 1.10. Here we go. It still works. When you hold Alt, it shows you all the total that you have accumulated so far. That is extremely useful. Because what you see here is just the per level bonus. But once you buy like 30 of the damn things, you're not going to math your way through it. I always loved that about this game. Little extra. Elemental speed. I think, at least, based on what I remember of the earlier version, most people tended to just go for Echo Cast and spell crit. I never actually tried that one. I just prefer going slow and steady, you know. And we gain the novice spells. Okay, what do we get? Expand magic. Yep. We're switching to thaumaturgy. Did we always start with 3 slots? I cannot remember. Well, technically it's a cantrip. So we remove these. And we put in these. Pretty hefty cooldown on these ones. So we're gonna use it in tandem with the Whirling Sorcery. And now we're good. Modify spell output level. That's also a thing we can do. Can raise the level. It does not say by how much it's going to change. Okay, yeah, here we go. Extra spare power, per casting level. And each level is going to multiply cost by 2.75, but also increase spell experience rate. I think you are supposed to balance the output with the level of the spell. Oh, it really has been a while. All of these are magic, so a bit of attunement is good here. Gonna need to dip back a little bit for knowledge. You can't remove spells while they run cooldown naturally. We go with this. And we can also upgrade the sorcery. Okay, so looks like it's always 100 XP per level. I can work with that, I think. Hold on just a moment. Okay, why do I have the number display on compact? It's still good. Oh, 14.9. So very close. Okay, now we gently raise the output level. Now instead of 100 mana, we're using 280. That hurts a little, but the gain is considerable. So spellcraft. Okay. And of course, once you increase the output level, you have the option of putting it back down. Oof. Whirling sorcery just eats all our resources, huh? And one mastery here. Everything is working as intended. That is good. Early on I probably should be focusing on leveling the cantrips. Spell power goes up faster than the cooldown. Oh, what's this? Improve whirling sorcery. Upgrade it to generate more. Well, technically, it's already doing that, but let's see how that changes. Plus 12% to magic resources gained. Okay. So how much is that? Not too much. But at least that was a permanent upgrade. get a couple levels of wisdom. Or maybe just one more. So we are over 1,000 capacity. Good enough? And always just do infuse mana whenever you can afford it. And next we're gonna get the augment table. And we are gonna get to the fun. Here we're nearly halfway there to gaining our first magical advancement point. I hope that still works the same way. Oh, okay, let's wait. Ah, I see you. You can't even cast everything in a single go. That hurts just a little bit. The pain of the early game in an incremental. Little extra mastery. And now we get to the augment table. And I think we should start with either heavy or fast, let's see. Ah, quick. Better cooldown. At some additional cost. Component is ready to be discovered. Okay. Well. I don't mind the cooldown on these ones. Extra spell weight. That's gonna be important. Ah, here we go. Bandwidth. +1 spell slots. So for now, we're leaving everything as it is. We're gonna need more mana capacity. Okay, that will be fine, I think. So we're switching back to knowledge. And you know what? Sure, one of them can get quick. Nothing else changes. And a bit of infused mana. And we can afford yet another. hold on a moment, wasn't this costing 280? Was there something that I wasn't looking at? Ah, okay. We increased divining, and that ever so slightly decreased the spell cost. Okay, I don't think that used to be the case. I got a little confused. It's gonna be one more wisdom, and we're right on track. Wonderful. We can get another glyph here. And I think this one is going to be the heavy glyph. Yep. There's our heavy. Doubles cooldown, but increases power by a lot. I don't remember the name, but later on there is another glyph that is basically even stronger than the heavy. That one was my favorite. Just can't remember the name of it. Let's wait for one more infused mana. Wonderful. We're gonna need level 5 spellcraft. Let's get a little bit of it. Okay, let's make one heavy gather knowledge. It's gonna turn from 2.67 to 3.74. That is just the base, of course. It's gonna be increased even more by this one. I do understand that the early game is just a tiny bit boring, but that is the way it is with incremental games. These coming days, you're probably gonna go and watch Wonderbot or someone. I do understand that I'm not much of a yapper. I just enjoy playing games. Maybe you can keep this video in the background, vibe with the music. Maybe treat the magic sounds as ASMR. I'm not gonna judge you. You know, this early, you technically don't need bandwidth. Cause what even am I gonna do with one more spell? Could do it to spam gather knowledge, but really? I think that is what I keep heavy for. Bit of a heavy lifting, you know. So instead we're gonna go straight to spellcraft. And one more. And now we need 8 thaumaturgy. Here we go. And we can level up knowledge again. That will also level the primary. Plus 2 wizardry effect levels. And effect level is raising the attribute's power by its bonus power per level. Medium bonuses 1.01 per level. Okay, so ever so slightly stronger. We can probably do that. Okay, extra spell capacity achieved. Which means I can augment, expand magic. There we go. Almost a minute cooldown. But there is nothing but cooldowns at this point anyway, so we might as well just wait for the whirling sorcery every time. One more glyph. We're gonna need more knowledge capacity for that one. Okay, so far we're good. Do I actually not get out of getting bandwidth? Possibly. Alright game, you got me. Little more attunement here. And a little more wisdom here. Okay, we're gonna get scholarism upgrade right after we improve gather knowledge. It's so amazing how even the smallest of changes can totally transform an experience. Like even these little idle animations on the orb, we didn't used to have these. Plus the orb didn't even used to have its little pedestal like this. And already I'm just loving it so much more. Morbo really is an amazing dev. It was amazing that the community would just let him cook and didn't get on his case when he stopped working on the game for a while. And mastery get. Nice. And we can immediately jump into scholarism. Well, almost immediately. Okay, cannot improve this yet. That's gonna give one expansion up. Okay, hone your mind to learn how to spend it. That's going to be the orb upgrades, right? No, that's the scholarism. That is a different branch of upgrades. Learn psionic. Okay. Focus aura. That's gonna give us some babes psi. And here we can start improving our knowledge capacity. Innovation over here. I think the most recent game that I played, I was going pretty heavily on Scholar. We will see if I want to do this over here as well. Yeah, in the beginning, Psi is going to be the main bottleneck for us. Until you get space to generate every resource, you kinda have a idle portion of the incremental experience. We're literally unable to do anything but wait for the Psi. Nope. We are going to go with innovation there. Little extra here. Improve study. That can wait until later. Little more aptitude, perhaps. And now we learn psionic. What was it again? Psychic blast. Extra base mental resource rate. Okay, that's just going to ever so slightly improve our psi generation. But there really is nothing else for us to do. Okay, let's grab this. Just so I have one more slot. That's good. Just put a basic expand magic here. Okay, that will be good for now. And now we go for innovation. Do not remember what this one is. Ah, research. Okay, now we get to the persistent upgrades in this game. That is going to determine how you play. At least I do believe that with the full release we are going to have quite a bit of variety in playstyles. Plus there is the new Game Plus mode. If I ever get to the end of a single playthrough. We shall see. Extra spell capacity. We do have one magic advancement. We kinda have to be stingy with these upgrades. Because obviously, with the ever increasing costs, we're going to have, well, not gonna say a limited amount of upgrade points, but technically it is going to be limited by the amount of time you are willing to invest into this game. Okay, no magic upgrades here. Little bit of capacity. And every once in a while invest into focus aura. And that's good. So we can either charge the spells by holding down the cast button. That is mostly for cantrips and charms. Extra spell capacity allows us to put more into a single loadout, which I think in the long run, once you get enough glyphs, is the better option here. If you want to be a wizard that only casts cantrips, you are kind of able to do that. Oh, grab a quick improve study. Observe masteries. Spell masteries are now visible via the tooltip. Don't remember this one either. So what does that mean? Ah, that is what it means. You can see, mastery level 2. Okay. Upgrade this. That increased expansion. Very nice. Now just one more, and we can upgrade the cantrips. Thaumic Wisdom. That is how we increase our thaumaturgy capacity. And next up is Learning Storm. This one is what's going to allow us to have critical casting is, I think, where most people go once they learn it. I don't know. I never really liked that. Storm is a bit of a weird resource. You can have to generate all of it at once, because it always tries to go down to zero. Never really understood that. That's probably just me. Okay. Now this is the way we are. How are we doing here? Intellect for extra mental resource. So far, that is only Psi. Oh, no wait, knowledge is also that. And Scholar's Aura. Some base passive knowledge generation. You can never go wrong with that. Okay, let's grab the capacity here. What is this? Hidden component. Interesting. Oh, Psychic Blast. In this case, also works with knowledge. Okay, this is good. Let's develop this. That's going to slowly drain away from what we have in storage. You can technically do it, even if the drain is greater than what you are generating. That just makes it extremely slow. Not very efficient. Bam, greater spare capacity. That is very nice. I think we're gonna want to go with mentality a little bit for the knowledge capacity. Good enough. Attempt height to increase this. Boom, here we go. You're still a bit too expensive. Okay, need 90 to unlock the next thing. is next? Oh, and now we get to choose. Looks like now we get to choose. Wait, I don't remember any of these. Hold on, we're getting new stuff already. Sweet. Let's see. 1. Ocular Magnification. Expansion Psionic Charm. Amplify Divination spells greatly at a sustained cost. Wow, that is quite the power up. And reduce cooldown. And just to remind you, both of these are divining spells. Very good. And Kinetic Mind is also Psionic Expansion and Charm. Harness a Reflective Mind through casting. Generates mental resources and momentum on spellcast. Okay, what is momentum? After spellcast or attribute developed. Splash, mental resource. So basically, while it is ongoing, every time you cast a spell or buy an upgrade, you gain a bit of mental resource. This is the kind of stuff that I said previously. You want to toss some extension on this and have a bunch of spells with crazy low cooldowns, and that way you get a lot of resources from these. So momentum is accumulating emblem and passive. It stacks. Each stack lasts 4 seconds. Gives extra attribute development speed, cantrip cooldown speed, and cantrip power. Okay, so this is just to empower the cantrips, which of course you're going to be casting while Kinetic Mind is active. Interesting. So if I were to go this route, that is basically the spam spells, generate stuff very quickly. But I do like this, I think, a little more. Some extra supercharged divining spell combined with the heavy glyph. Gonna go with this. And the next one is gonna be at 900. Yikes, costs are coming up. Okay, using the heavy on this increases the spell power substantially, but not the cooldowns. And 2 minutes cooldown is a little hefty. Quick woodwork on this. But this costs 2 by itself, so let's give it a try. Okay, why are you still telling me about this? I don't want to develop this. Okay, let's show the completed ones. Just until it gets cluttered. Okay, let's see. So the order here should be Ocular Magnification. Only these are divining. Okay, let's see. And technically, the drain isn't even enough to start dipping into it. Oh yeah, I do like this. Increase mastery here. Just one more. And we're getting psionic up as well. Ideally, the way I like playing these kinds of games is trying to see if maybe I can skip a couple steps, jump a couple hoops, find some special synergies. It usually doesn't work, but this is Orb, so you never know. Okay, let's raise the output level. That kinda looks like we can still do multiple casts. Well, kind of. Doesn't really give us all that much. Especially considering that Psychic Blast only works on the passive portion. You know, technically I could just go down the output a little and have nothing but Psychic Blasts. So both Knowledge and Psi are constantly generating at an increased rate. That would be something. Okay, just a little wait. And Psychic Blast is level 2. Ah, of course. The drain is also bigger, with a higher casting level. I forgot about that. How do I see where the effect level is on this? It's probably there somewhere. Who was this? Psionic power. Needs Psychic Blast at Mastery 3. Enhances energetic resources and will lower the cost of the next attribute purchase. Ah. Oh, that's interesting. And since every time you buy an upgrade, all the others are increasing in price. Cost scaling, you can see it there, 1.25. So that basically allows you to get an upgrade that is slightly beyond your level. Interesting. What was I working towards again? Right, Thaumic Wisdom. For some extra thaumaturgy capacity. Okay. And of course I keep forgetting about the drain. Yeah, you know, at this output level, I actually cannot use Ocular Magnification in the way that is intended, so probably gonna upgrade it. And then cut back a little bit. Here we go. That's gonna go from 20 to 204. Because now that is an attribute that Wisdom has. Good enough, I think. So really, what we want at this point is to decrease output level. So the drain is negligible here. And now we can just do this. And still regain mana. Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure everyone is retiring Whirling Sorcery early. Bam, Charms leveled up. How was this? Charms only receive 1/4 of the benefit from elemental modifiers. I think that's new. I don't remember that being the case. Interesting. Probably like one upgrade or two away from needing to treat this game like it's completely different thing, because I'm not gonna remember or be able to tell the difference between what is new and what is not. So maybe let's hold on to that sense of familiarity while it holds. Okay, we can go for expert advancements here. Learn how to spend orb advancements. These are the special ones. You can see it down here. Every time we buy anything, we get orb XP. And that is different from the specialized ones. Okay, yeah. Getting to specialize is going to be nice. We're gonna need a little more knowledge for that. Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Just grab a quick one. Magnification is going to do its work. Yeah, we can basically use a quick gather knowledge 3 times before the big one. Well, you're gonna be able to see the strength of the heavy glyph. He's just gonna need a little help. And here we go. And now we can start on the various technology trees. Oh, you can have a little preview. That's very nice. I think the problem most people had with this system was that you did not actually know what each of these are going to unlock. So you have to like invest 5 or sometimes even 10 levels into one expertise before you figure out what it's going to give you. And apparently that was a sticking point for Marple. And now it is all good. So we can go down the path of augments. Stronger charms and extra augment glyphs. I do like this. But sadly, it takes an extreme amount of investment. With the upside that the glyphs are going to be able to be used for everything. Scholar is also nice. But that kinda takes you a little while to get going. I think most people start with wizardry. That will go with... Oh, what's this? Empowered emblems. Yeah, you see, level 13 augments, level 9 wizardry. That is quite the investment. Improve the strength of all emblems. And the thing is, I do not think emblems were a thing before. So that is already extremely intriguing. We don't see anything from the scholar tree. And from the augments, we got the emblems, we got the augment resonance. That is a pre-existing thing. And it's pretty easy to get. Reduces the spell weight of all cantrips, and augment glyphs provide additional power. That's pretty nice. Now we get the expanded glyph table, enabling 2 different glyphs to be inserted into a single spell. If you are going augments, you kinda have to take this one, because that is just too damn powerful. Do not take it. I think... maybe. Just for the start. I go against my first instinct of just taking augments. And we go with wizardry just a little bit. Okay, and now we need to rearrange stuff again. Here we go. Okay, 1 level in expert wizardry. That's good. Now, how do I make you go away? There we go. So, currently that is all we have here. Everything as requires quite a bit of waiting here. We can grab this new glyph. Let's go for that one. I wish I could make these two tips go away. Oh, maybe that's how you do it. Just click on it. Okay, let's see what the glyph is in here. Ah, okay, looks like from this point on, we're gonna be able to choose. I do appreciate that so much. Okay, on one hand we have small, that is low power, very low cost, and low cooldown. So basically, this is for spamming stuff. For the synergy bonuses. Ooh, and this one is also new. Strong. Needs expert augment 7. Of course. It adds primary to the spell. Ooh, interesting. So it can benefit from all the level bonuses. Extra power, extra cost. Which is a little bit offset by the cost reduction in the primary, and makes magic affinity. Extra magic resources gained, extra cantrip, and that is an emblem, so it's a passive stack. Okay, interesting. But it doesn't last very long. I would like to see how this is. Need to go level 7 expert augments. This is where this game always gets me. Just always go for the augments. Maybe this time it will be different. Now, what should I do next? Quite insufficient to use effectively, but I do have it. I wonder. What would happen if I were to make something with it? Oh, there's something new here. Stack generation. Generate stacks of this passive whenever you use the augment spell. So after you cast a spell, you gain 1 magic affinity, and if you use it with a toggle spell, you gain plus 0.3 per second, and during spell channel, that's half a stack per second. I see. So technically, toggle and channel spells can sustain the stack. Interesting. These glyphs' usage requirements have not been met. Its usage cost is double. Oh, so that's what that is. Okay, I think I can actually work with that. The only thing now... Remove these. Put this on. The ocular magnification. And then the basics. And this increased the power, but not the drain. Interesting. Why didn't it increase the drain? I thought the drain was going with the cost. Not sure about that. But sure, let's give it a try. 1 mastery for the skill XP. And we're getting close to some more advancement points. Just a little in here. And then we wait. Now let's see. 1 ocular mag. Okay, we got the stacks over there. Extra resource and cantrip. Yeah, okay, this works. And we're basically always having a stack here. That's nice. So, ever so slightly more generation with our cantrips. If I take off Psychic Blast and put one of these in its place, that could be even better. Okay, we're still not good enough for output 3, but we're getting there. Alright. I do still want to see if I can do a run without even unlocking Storm. Not sure how feasible that is. I just feel like it. Okay, what do we have here? Greater Psionics. Extra Divinity and Psionic spell power. Like the sound of that. And Greater Mental Acuity. Improves the attribute Q. And improves passive side generation. And that also leads somewhere. Okay. Let's hold on to these for now anyway. Maybe go with psionic power first. But I have been going at it for quite a while now. And especially early on, the name of this game is waiting, so I think I'm going to stop the recording right here. If, for some weird reason, you enjoyed your time here, then do let me know in the comments, and I'm going to keep uploading more episodes, probably every 5 or 6 hours in between, because I am definitely not going to stop anytime soon. So let me know what you think. If this is your first time seeing this game, then tell me how you like it. If you had a good time here, then I would appreciate you hitting that like button. And if you want to, I will see you next time.